Hello students, in this video we will discuss the aromaticity. It is a complete application of the resonance. Okay, so based on the resonance concept, here cyclic compounds can be classified into three types. One is the aromatic compound, and second one is anti-aromatic compound and non-aromatic compound. Okay, so this concept we can apply for the cyclic compounds only. So based on the resonance concept. Okay, so here first see classification of organic cyclic compounds. Okay, classification of cyclic compounds. Okay, there is nothing but aromaticity. Okay, so here the first one is aromatic compounds, aromatic cyclic compound. Second one is anti-aromatic cyclic compounds, anti-aromatic cyclic compounds, and third one is non-aromatic cyclic compounds. Non-aromatic cyclic compounds. Here, aromatic compound means here the main point is the compound must be planar. Okay, or we can say simply continuous conjugation. Continuous conjugation of 4n plus 2 pi alcohol. Okay, throughout the ring. Okay, throughout the ring 4n plus 2 pi electrons must be delocalized. 4n plus 2 pi electrons must be delocalized. Okay, and this is known as, this statement, this rule is known as Huckel's rule. Okay, Huckel's rule. So of course, if a molecule is a planar, conjugation is possible. Okay, if there is a continuous conjugation of the pi electrons, we can say that is a planar. So the main important point is throughout the ring 4n plus 2 pi electrons must be involved in conjugation. 4n plus 2 pi electrons must be involved in conjugation. Okay, so here in this case n equals to 0, 1, 2 and so on. That means here if n equals to 0, 2 pi electrons. If n equals to 1, 6 pi electrons. If n equals to 2, 10 pi electrons. So if the electrons are involved in conjugation, means 2 pi electrons, 6 pi electrons, 10 pi electrons, 14 pi electrons are involved in the conjugation, that molecule is aromatic in nature. The molecule is aromatic in nature. So for example is benzene. The benzene is an aromatic compound because here 2 pi, here 2 pi, here 2 pi. 6 pi electrons are involved in conjugation and n equals to 1 here. So this is aromatic compound. And next naphthalene. Okay, this naphthalene. Naphthalene also aromatic compound. Here 10 pi electrons, here n equals to 2. 10 pi electrons, n equals to 2. So that satisfies the 4n plus 2 pi electrons. That means Huckel's rule. Next, pi bond, just pi bond. Here 14 pi electrons, n equals to 3. 14 pi electrons, n equals to 3. 2 pi 2 totally. Okay, so here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 pi bonds, that means 14 pi electrons. So it also satisfies the Huckel's rule. So benzene, naphthalene, anthracene are the examples for the aromatic compounds. And next you see this one, n equals to 0. Here pi bond, this is the plus charge. Okay, this is a plus charge. Here n equals to 1, here n equals to 0. Here only 2 pi electrons are involved in a conjugation. 2 pi electrons are involved in a conjugation. Just. Okay, so here positive charge is pi 1. So already we have written a resonance factor in a pi positive charge conjugation. Okay, so there is a continuous conjugation with 4n plus 2 pi electrons. It means 2 pi electrons. So this is also aromatic compound. Okay, this is also aromatic. Its name is cyclo Propenyl cation. Cyclopropenyl cation, aromatic in nature. Next, similarly, cyclopentadienyl anion. Here negative charge. Negative charge means 2 electrons. Here pi 2 electrons. Here pi 2 electrons. Here 6 pi electrons. 6 pi electrons means here aromatic. Okay, 6 pi electrons is aromatic. So cyclopentadienyl. Okay, negative charge is nothing but 2 electrons. So here totally throughout the ring 6 pi electrons are involved in conjugation. So aromatic that is. And n equals to 1, for this one n equals to 0. Okay. Now next coming to the anti-aromatic. Here anti-aromatic means here compound must be planar, and here continuous conjugation with 4 and pi electrons. Continuous conjugation with 4 and pi electrons. So n equals to 1, 2, 3 and so on. That means here 4 pi electrons, 8 pi electrons, 12 pi electrons, those molecules are the anti-aromatic compounds. Okay, anti-aromatic compound. If 2 electrons or 6 electrons, 10 electrons, that is an aromatic compound. So here examples are this one, cyclobutadiene. Here 4 pi electrons, n equals to 0. This is anti-aromatic compound. Okay, of course it is unstable at room temperature. Unstable at room temperature because anti-aromatic compounds are less stable. And compared with the aromatic compounds, anti-aromatic compounds are least stable. That means here, if there is a continuous conjugation, but here, that means 4 pi, here 8 pi, 12 pi electrons are there, those compounds are the anti-aromatic less stable. Okay, that is. And next, for suppose, see this one. That is unstable. Yeah. It is a 5-member ring. Here pi bond, this pi bond, this pi bond, here pi bond. How many pi electrons here? 1, 2, 3, 4. So 8 pi electrons. So 8 pi electrons here n equals to 2. 8 pi electrons n equals to 2. Here in this case, there is a continuous conjugation of the 8 pi electrons. Continuous conjugation of the 8 pi electrons. So this is the anti-aromatic compound. And this compound name is pentylene. Okay, this compound name is pentylene. So two pentagon rings are fused each other. So that is the system. Next here, see this one. Here 2 electrons, here negative charge 2 electrons. So here 4 pi electrons are involved in the conjugation. This is also anti-aromatic compound. And first suppose see this one. It is also anti-aromatic compound. Here positive charge. Here 2 pi, here 2 pi, 4 pi electrons with the negative charge, anti-aromatic compound. And next we see this one. Pi bond. The pi bond, here pi bond, pi bond. Here a negative charge. That is an anti-aromatic compound. Here 2 electrons, here 2, here 2, here 2. 8 pi electrons. So this is anti-aromatic compound. Okay. For suppose here we can write like this. This is a tropylium cation. Already I have given the name. This is tropylium cation. Here 2 pi, 2 pi, 2 pi. Here positive charge. Here 6 pi electrons. 6 pi electrons. This is aromatic compound. But this is the 8 pi electrons anti-aromatic compound. Anti-aromatic compound. Okay. Next. So coming to the non-aromatic compound. Non-aromatic means here non-conjugated cyclic rings. Okay. Non-conjugated. That means here no continuous conjugation. No continuous conjugation. Okay. No continuous conjugation. Irrespective of the number of electrons. Irrespective of the number of electrons, either 2 pi electrons, 4 pi electrons, 6 pi electrons, 8 pi, 10 pi, whatever the number of electrons, if there is no continuous conjugation, that is the non-aromatic compound. For suppose this is the non-aromatic compound. No continuous conjugation. Here, this is the sp3 compound. Okay, no continuous conjugation. But here in this case, there is a positive charge, there is a continuous conjugation, but 4 pi electrons anti-aromatic. Here, negative charge pi conjugation, throughout the ring continuous conjugation. So here 6 pi electrons aromatic. Okay, but in this case throughout the ring no conjugation, that's why these are the non-aromatic compounds. Okay, non-aromatic compounds. For suppose see this one, this is pi bond, this is pi bond. Here no continuous conjugation throughout the ring, so it is a non-aromatic compound. Okay, and here we can write like this one also, pi bond, here pi bond, pi bond. Here a hydrogen. This is also non-aromatic compound. Okay, this is also non-aromatic compound. Okay. Okay, no continuous conjugation, then those are the non-aromatic compounds. Whatever the number of electrons. Of course, here 4 electrons involved in the conjugation, but throughout the ring no conjugation. Here also throughout the ring no conjugation. Of course, here 6 electrons are involved in conjugation. Okay, but these are the non-aromatic compounds because no continuous conjugation throughout the ring. Now here, among these three here, if you write the stability order, that is aromatic, okay, non-aromatic and anti-aromatic. Aromatic, non-aromatic, anti-aromatic. Okay, anti-aromatic compounds are least stable. Of course, throughout the ring there is a continuous conjugation, but here due to involvement of the 4 electrons, 8 electrons, those are very unstable from the molecular orbital theory by the energy calculation of the molecules. So the anti-aromatic compounds are less stable. Even there is a conjugation. Okay, so first aromatic compounds, next non-aromatic compounds, and then here anti-aromatic compounds least stable. Okay, that is the concept of the aromaticity. Okay, let us discuss some more examples. Yeah. So here let us check the aromatic nature of these compounds. Okay, see in this case 2 electrons, here positive charge, here positive charge. It means here 2 electrons are involved in a conjugation. Okay. Yeah. So let us write the one structure. When these pi electrons transfer to this carbon, here negative positive pi bond, then positive, here positive. Okay, again here these electrons are shifting to this one. That means here there is a continuous conjugation throughout the ring. Okay, continuous conjugation throughout the ring. Of course, in the conjugation only 2 electrons are involved, so it is aromatic. Okay, aromatic that is. Okay, now here again 2 electrons, here 2 electrons. These 2 electrons are involved in conjugation. Okay, and here these 2 electrons, totally 6 electrons are involved in the conjugation. Here 6 electrons involved in conjugation, there is a continuous conjugation, so this one also aromatic compound. Of course, in benzene only 6 electrons are involved in conjugation, so here aromatic in nature. 6 electrons are involved in conjugation. Of course, here 8 electrons are there, but this pi bond is not involved in conjugation, just there is a continuous conjugation with 6 pi electrons. That means here all 6 p orbitals are parallel in a benzene, so those are involved in a bonding. Those are involved in a resonance actually. Okay, so in this case pyridine, here 2 pi, here 2 pi, here 2 pi. That means here 6 pi electrons aromatic in nature. 6 pi electrons aromatic in nature. Okay. Now here next in this case lone pair of electrons, here pi bonding electrons, here pi bonding electrons, 6 pi electrons aromatic in nature. Okay, aromatic in nature. Okay, so next here 2 pi electrons, here 2 pi electrons. These electrons are the localized. These non-bonding electrons are the localized. Here these non-bonding electrons are the localized. Just here 4 pi electrons are involved in conjugation, so it is an anti-aromatic compound. Here in this case, so these non-bonding electrons are the localized, but in case of the ferrol, these non-bonding electrons are the delocalized. Okay, so total is 6 electrons. But in this case 6 electrons, but these electrons are the localized. Here in this case pi bond, there is a delocalization. 4 pi electrons are delocalized, so that is an anti-aromatic compound. Now here in this case this lone pair and this pi conjugation. So aromatic this is 6 pi electrons. Here 2 pi, here 2, here 2. Okay, next here also same. Here 2 electrons, this 2 electrons, this 2 electrons. Here 6 pi electrons and aromatic in nature. Okay, aromatic in nature. Next we are coming to this one. Here of course there is a conjugation with the 8 pi electrons, but within the ring there is a continuous conjugation of these 6 pi electrons, so it is also aromatic in nature. That is also aromatic in nature. Now here next see this one. Yeah, here there is a single benzene ring is there, so it is also aromatic. Here benzene ring, here benzene ring. This is aromatic, this is aromatic. Okay, 2 individual benzene rings are there. We can say that compound is an aromatic compound. And here very interestingly, see in this case, here only one benzene ring is there, so it is also aromatic compound. And next here coming to this one, here 2 electrons and these 2 electrons, so totally here 2 pi electrons, totally 6 electrons are involved in a conjugation. This is an aromatic in nature. Okay, this biphenyl also aromatic in nature. Even two individual benzene rings are there. Okay, yeah. Next in this case, this pi electrons, and here non-bonding electrons. Here non-bonding electrons are the localized. This non-bonding electrons are the delocalized, like in a Fir role actually. So here 2 electrons, here 2 electrons, 2 electrons, 6 electrons. So it is also aromatic compound. Okay, that is also aromatic compound. And this compound name is imidazole. Imidazole. Yeah. Okay, that's it. But in this case here 2 electrons, here 2 non-bonding electrons, 2 non-bonding electrons. Totally 6 electrons are involved in conjugation, so aromatic in nature. Next you see here no continuous conjugation of sp3 carbon. Of course this compound has a 6 electrons, but no continuous conjugation. So this is non-aromatic compound. It is a non-aromatic compound. Okay, that's it. And here we can say like this one, pi bond, here pi bond, pi bond. So this is the sp3 carbon. So this is also non-aromatic because throughout the ring there is no continuous conjugation. Okay, that's it. And next here coming to this one. Here 2, here 2, here 2, here 2, here 2. Totally in this case 10 pi electrons are involved in conjugation. So this is an aromatic in nature. Okay, that is an aromatic in nature. Okay, 10 pi electrons. And next here coming to these two examples, different examples in this case. Here boron has a vacant orbital. So here there is a conjugation. Boron has no electrons. Boron has a vacant orbital, p orbital. So its hybridization is sp2. Okay, remaining p orbital is vacant. So here only 4 pi electrons are involved in conjugation. So this is the anti-aromatic compound. Anti-aromatic compound. So in this case pi electrons, here pi electrons, this is the pi electrons. So how many pi electrons? 6 pi electrons. 6 pi electrons. Okay, and here boron has a no electrons but vacant orbital. There has a vacant orbital. That's why there is a continuous conjugation. So 6 pi electrons means here this is a aromatic in nature. Okay, like tropylium cation. You see in this case tropylium cation aromatic. So tropylium cation means here pi bond, this pi bond here plus charge actually. Okay, plus charge. Okay, that means here there is a positive charge pi conjugation. That means here 6 electrons are involved in the conjugation. Here positive charge means that carbon hybridization sp2, one p orbital is a vacant. So these pi electrons are delocalized into a vacant p orbital. Here also there is a vacant p orbital, so pi electrons are delocalized. So it is also aromatic like tropylium cation. Okay, that's it. Now here let us discuss the dipole moment of these two compounds. Which one is the higher dipole moment? Okay, their dipole moment is explained on the basis of the aromatic nature. So generally we know that aromatic compounds are more stable than the anti-aromatic compounds. Now you see in this case, this compound is the higher dipole moment. Okay, this is a dipole moment R. This one is a higher dipole moment. Here it is explained on the basis of its ionic nature. Higher the ionic nature, more is the dipole moment. Now you see in this case 2 pi electrons aromatic. 2 pi electrons aromatic in ionic form. Now here if you write the ionic structure pi bond here O minus here positive charge. That means in this case 2 pi. 4 pi electrons. Okay, aromatic. 4 pi electrons aromatic. Sorry, 4 pi electrons anti-aromatic. Anti-aromatic. So this anti-aromatic form is less stable. That means here this ionic form is very less stable. This ionic form is very less stable. That means in this case this ionic form is more stable because 6 pi electrons are aromatic. So more is the ionic form, higher the dipole moment. So this compound is a higher dipole moment and this compound is unstable at room temperature because of the 4 pi electrons. Okay, that's it. Next here for suppose see another example, some extended example. This one. Pi bond, this pi bond, double bond. This one is a higher dipole moment than this one. Okay, so again here, if you write the ionic form for this structure, pi bond, pi bond, pi bond. Here minus charge, here plus charge. Okay, here 6 pi electrons are aromatic in nature. 6 pi electrons aromatic in nature. Okay, so this ionic form is more stable. That means more stable ionic form means here more ionic nature. More ionic nature implies higher the dipole moment for this compound. Okay, and next see this one. One more example we can write. Yeah, this tropolone double bond over. Actually, this compound name is tropone. And here in this case, it is tropolone. It is also aromatic. Tropolone is also aromatic. Okay, next another example like this. Oxygen, this pi bond, pi bond. Here double bond over. Here lone pair. Here 2 pi, here 2 electrons, 2 electrons. This is also aromatic compound. Okay, with 6 pi electrons. Of course, this one also has a higher dipole moment because in ionic form that has a complete aromatic character. Okay. Next, we can say this is also has a more ionic nature. Pi bond here, pi bond here. This is a Br, and this one is a Br. This one has a ionic nature. This one has a ionic nature. More ionic nature. Why? Because in this case, see here Br. Yeah, I am writing like this. Here plus, in this case Br minus. In ionic form, that has a aromatic ion. Okay, in ionic form, cation has an aromatic nature. That's why this compound is more stable in ionic nature. Okay, so it has a more ionic nature. That means more soluble in polar solvent. Okay, but here in this case, initially this is non-aromatic compound. 2 pi electrons, say 2 pi electrons, but this carbon is a sp3 carbon. Okay, if you write the ionic form, that has an anti-aromatic nature. Okay, 4 pi electrons, anti-aromatic nature. Here no continuous conjugation, non-aromatic. So which is more stable? Non-aromatic compound more stable. But here for this one, neutral form, that is see this one, non-aromatic. If this compound this compound exists like this permanently, this one has a non-aromatic nature. But here in ionic nature, that has a aromatic nature. So more stable in ionic form because aromatic nature. So here this compound is more soluble in a polar solvents like water. This compound is less soluble in a polar solvents. Okay, that's it. And we can say this compound has a higher dipole moment than this compound. Okay, that's it. So the dipole moment application. Next here, let us discuss the aromatic nature of the annulenes. Okay, what are the annulenes? Here completely conjugated monocyclic polyenes. Okay, so completely conjugated monocyclic polyenes. Simply the most suitable definition is the monocyclic polyenes. Monocyclic polyenes are the annulenes. Okay, so in some compounds, all those pi bonds are in conjugation. In some other compounds, all those pi bonds may not be in conjugation. Okay, and here these are named as, these annulenes named as X-annuline. Okay, X-annuline. Here where X is the number of carbons. Where X is the number of carbons. Okay, see this one. It is a 4-annuline. The monocyclic, so it is a 4-annuline. And next, the benzene is also monocyclic. It is 6-annuline. It is 6-annuline. Okay, 4-annuline and 6-annuline. And next, see, this is one more example. Here, this is a 8-annuline. This is a 8-annuline. Okay, 8-annuline. Now here in this case, this is an anti-aromatic, this is an aromatic, and this is actually anti-aromatic. But actually this is non-aromatic compound. Cyclooctatetraene is a non-aromatic compound. Why it is a non-aromatic compound? In this case, all carbons are sp2. So this compound must be planar and must be anti-aromatic because 8 pi electrons are involved in a conjugation. But this compound actually exists in a one non-planar form. One non-planar form. Pi bond, this pi bond, pi bond, pi bond. Okay. This is a tub-shaped molecule. This is tub-shaped molecule. Okay, 8-annuline. This is a tub-shaped molecule. So in this case, why this cyclooctatetraene exists in a tub shape? Here in this tub shape, this one has no conjugation because these p orbitals are not parallel. These p orbitals are not parallel. Okay, so that means there is no conjugation among the pi bonds. There is no conjugation among the pi bonds. So it is a non-aromatic compound. That means there is no continuous conjugation. There is no continuous conjugation throughout the ring. So that's why it is a non-aromatic compound. Okay, very important. So finally, this is non-aromatic compound. Why this one exists in non-aromatic nature instead of the anti-aromatic nature? Because non-aromatic compounds are more stable than the anti-aromatic compounds. Okay, non-aromatic compounds are more stable than anti-aromatic compounds. Okay, that's it. Yeah. Now here, this 8-annuline. Next, 10-annuline. Let us discuss about the 10-annuline. This pi bond, this pi bond, pi bond, here pi bond, pi bond. So here 10-annuline it is. 10-annuline means here it must be aromatic, but actually this is again non-aromatic compound. Non-aromatic compound. Why it is a non-aromatic compound? Because in this case these hydrogen repel each other. These hydrogens are very close, so highly repulsant. So to get the stability, this one again exists into tub shape. This one again exists into tub shape. Okay, this pi bond, this pi bond, this pi bond, this pi bond, pi bond. Again this molecule also exists in tub shape. So non-aromatic. 10-annuline is non-aromatic compound. Okay, that's it. Now here, coming to next annuline, that is 12-annuline. 12-annuline. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. These 4. So it is a 12-annuline. This is 12-annuline. Now here this pi bond, here pi bond, this pi bond, pi bond, pi bond. So actually here 12-annuline means here it must be anti-aromatic. But here in this case 12 carbons are there, anti-aromatic compounds are less stable. This compound has a flexibility to exist in a non-planar shape again. Okay, this compound has a flexibility to be exist in a non-planar shape. But this anti-aromatic compound has only 4 carbons. It does not have any flexibility to exist in a non-planar shape. Okay, so here in this case with increasing number of carbon atoms, those cyclic rings may exist in a non-planar shape. That is to get the stability. Okay, yeah. So in this case, this one annuline here hydrogen, this hydrogen repel each other. So this is also non-aromatic compound. It has a non-planar shape. Okay, to overcome the hydrogen repulsors, this one exists in a non-planar shape. Okay, and next here coming to this 14-annuline. Okay, this pi bond, this pi bond, this pi bond, this pi bond, pi bond, and this is a pi bond. Okay, sorry, this is a pi bond, this is a pi bond, here pi bond, this is a pi bond. So in this case 14-annuline. 14-annuline. This 14-annuline is aromatic now. Okay, like because that means here n equals to 3, 14 pi electrons, and here why it is aromatic. Okay, why this one has no hydrogen repulsions like 12-annuline. Here in this case there is a more space with increasing number of carbon atoms. There is a more space, so that's why there are no hydrogen repulsions. There are no hydrogen repulsions. So that's why this compound is aromatic compound. Very important. That's why that compound is an aromatic compound. Okay. So next one more interesting compound is, see this one, the pi bond, the benzene rings. Okay, totally 4 benzene rings, pi bond, this pi bond, this pi bond, pi bond, pi bond, this pi bond, this pi bond. pi 1. Okay. So in this case, totally how many pi electrons? 16 pi electrons actually. Okay, 16 pi electrons. But in this compound, only 14 pi electrons are involved in a conjugation. You see in this case, only 14 pi electrons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, here 14 pi electrons are involved in a conjugation. Okay, not 16 pi electrons. These pi electrons are the localized. This compound name is pyrene. This compound name is pyrene. So this double bond pi electrons are the localized electrons. So only 14 pi electrons are involved in conjugation. That's why here 14. That means it is aromatic in nature with n equals to 3. With n equals to 3. This one is a aromatic nature, not anti-aromatic nature. Okay. So that is about the aromatic nature of the annuals. Okay. Next, see in this case. Yeah. So now here you know that 8-annuline is a non-aromatic compound. It must be actually anti-aromatic compound because of the conjugation, because of the 8 pi electrons. But these pi electrons are even alternatively present, but there is no conjugation. Okay, if those are involved in a conjugation, that attains anti-aromatic nature. Anti-aromatic compounds are very less stable when compared with the non-aromatic compounds. That's why this 8-annuline exists in a non-planar shape, that is a tub shape. In this non-planar shape, these pi orbitals, that p orbitals are not parallel, there is no continuous conjugation. That's why it is a non-aromatic compound. Even pi bonds are alternatively present that exist in a non-planar shape. So no conjugation, so it is a non-aromatic compound. Okay. Even pi bonds are alternatively present. It is a non-conjugated molecule. Okay. So non-aromatic compound. Now here see this one. This cyclooctane on heating with potassium. On heating with potassium. So see in this case, whenever these pi electrons are moving to this carbon, okay, whenever those pi electrons moving to this carbon, this pi bond, pi bond. Here negative charge, here positive charge actually. Now this positive charged carbon is gaining 2 electrons from the 2 potassium atoms. So by gaining the 2 electrons, it becomes a negative charge. That means here 2 pi, here 2 pi, here 2 pi, 2 pi, 2 pi. So 10 pi electrons. So this is an aromatic dianion. Cyclooctatetraenol dianion. Okay. And here, because of the continuous conjugation, this structure can be written like this. This structure can be written like this. -2 and circle. In a benzene, the circle representing the continuous conjugation. Here also there is a continuous conjugation with -2 charge. Okay. So of course here you know that this compound, for suppose you see this pi 1, here positive, here positive. Here only 6 electrons are involved in conjugation, so aromatic. In a shortcut we can write like this. So here +2 and throughout the ring circle. That's it. +2 throughout the ring circle. Okay, that's it. And next, yeah, first suppose you see this one, there is a plus charge. So throughout the ring there is a conjugation with 1 charge, so here +1 here. Okay, okay, so that is about the cyclooctatetraene aromatic nature. Okay. So here finally let us discuss some applications of the aromatic nature. Okay. So here based on the stabilization, aromatic stabilization, let us discuss the either these reactions are possible or not. Okay. So here in this case, in which of the following reactions product is aromatic? Okay. So in this case, we can give like this: which of the following reactions are feasible? Okay. Of course, if the product is more stable, that reaction is more feasible. So see in this case, here silver has a more affinity towards Cl minus, so that gives AgCl white precipitate. AgCl white precipitate. Okay. This reaction is possible because after leaving out the Cl minus, we will get the aromatic, more stable compound. Okay, more stable intermediate. Now here Br minus leaving with Ag plus. So here after leaving out Br minus, we will get the anti-aromatic compound. aromatic compound. Okay, so in this case AgBr. Okay, AgBr precipitate is not formed. Okay, AgBr yellowish precipitate is not formed in this case because after leaving of the Br minus we will get the anti-aromatic. But here and then the anti-aromatic compound, this compound is stable. So Sp3, there are no continuous conjugation, this is a non-aromatic. So this compound is stable and this compound is very unstable, but in this case it is a non-aromatic but product is aromatic. So forward reaction taking place. Here in this case forward reaction is not feasible. Next here again Cl minus leaving, okay, Cl minus leaving, pi bond here, positive charge, AgCl. This is aromatic, so AgCl white precipitate formation is feasible. Okay, that's it. Next in this case, you see your OH, your positive charge. So in this case, this is the basic side. HCl4 is a stronger acid. Protonation of this oxygen readily taking place because the product is aromatic in nature. The product has a aromatic in nature. Okay, we will get the salt. Now in this case also we will get the aromatic product. So OH here plus and Br minus. Okay, this reaction also feasible. This reaction feasible. This reaction not feasible. This reaction feasible. Okay, product is aromatic. Now in this case also reaction not possible because here OH here plus F minus anti-aromatic, so not possible. So product is anti-aromatic, not aromatic. Now in this case Cl minus leaving, that means here 2 moles of AgCl precipitate is formed because the product is highly stable. So Cl, there is an aromatic nature with 2 pi electrons. Okay, these Cl ions, these chlorine ions are not removing with AgNO3. Okay, that's it. Yeah, next here in this case K plus H minus 1, here H minus basic, that remove the H plus, means here carbon gaining electrons. Carbon gaining electron. Here a hydrogen, this is the negative. Okay, that's it. So here 6 pi electrons. Okay, 6 pi electrons aromatic, so this reaction also feasible. Okay, product is aromatic. Now in this case, H2SO4 protonate the OH. So protonation of the OH, this pi bond here, OH2 plus, OH2 plus. Just here in this case, removal of the water molecule. This pi bond, here positive charge. Aromatic in nature. Aromatic in nature. Okay, that's it. Yeah. So this reaction, in this reaction also product aromatic. Now here H minus remove the H plus. H minus remove the H plus. So that means here C minus, here C minus. In this reaction also product is aromatic. Okay, pi bond here negative. Aromatic is the aromatic. That's it. Okay. Yeah. Those are applications of the aromatic nature. Okay. And next now here this is the azulene and this is a naphthalene. These two are the isomeric compounds, same molecular formula. Let us compare the dipole moment of these two compounds. Its dipole moment equals to 0, its dipole moment not equals to 0. This is 7-membered ring, it is a 5-membered ring. But naphthalene is a fusible compound of the two 6-membered rings. So here in this case, why this azulene has a dipole moment? Okay, this one has a significant dipole moment. So actually here, this one exists in an ionic form. Okay, this one exists in an ionic form. This is the pi bond, this is the pi bond, here negative charge. This is the pi bond, this pi bond, here positive charge. So this one is an aromatic, this one is an aromatic. So in this case 2 pi, 2 pi, 2 pi, here 2 pi, here 2 electrons, here 2 pi electrons. So here 6 pi electrons in this ring, here 6 pi electrons in this ring possible. So in this ionic form, the two rings have aromatic nature. Two rings have aromatic nature. So more stable ionic form. Okay, this stable ionic form. Okay, but in this case actually here throughout the 10 pi electrons, that means throughout the two rings 10 pi electrons are involved in a conjugation, that is also aromatic actually. But this one exists in an ionic form. Okay, in ionic form, individually, 2 rings are aromatic. Okay, but in this case, you throw out the 2 rings, 10 pi electrons are involved in conjugation. But in ionic form, individually, 2 rings are aromatic. So, if 2 rings are aromatic, that is a more stable compound. Okay, for suppose you see in this case again, that means ionic form is not possible for this one. So, this one has a completely zero dipole moment. Okay, that's it. So, actually here in this case, this naphthalene and here benzene, which one has a more stability actually? This is an aromatic compound, this is also aromatic compound. Here in this case, 2 individual benzene rings, this is a more stable. Okay, that compound is a more stable compound than the naphthalene. Okay, that's it. So azulene is a polar molecule, and here we can write the azulene like this. Here plus charge with circle, and here negative charge with circle. It is the ionic form of the azulene. Okay, so that is all about the aromatic nature.